So this week we'll be looking at early Asian art. And we'll briefly look at this piece first. Between 221 BCE until 210 BCE, the first emperor of Qin, Shu Hongdi, turned the vast land of China into a unified state. His tremendous actions were simple, direct, and brilliant. To govern the Qin Empire, he created a bureaucracy, an integral hierarchical network based on competence, not family heritage, and guided by a code of law. He united his lands with a common language, a system of writing, and more than 4,000 miles of roads. He brought prosperity by building canals and an irrigation system to increase agricultural production, and by facilitating trade through uniform weights and measurements. In fact, the name Qin is the source of the name China. Shu Hongdi had an army of 3 million men who defended his empire. After his death, an underground army of thousands of disciples and alert terracotta figures stood in battle array guarding his tomb, posed to defend their emperor through eternity. So this is quite amazing, this complex that or memorial gravesite that has been found. So here I show you, this is from the mausoleum of Shu Hongdi. And these soldiers were discovered in 1974, and they were at least 8,000 soldiers and 100 horses, and they're life size. So, this is quite amazing. It's also, each one of them has a distinct facial feature, so it's not like they're all the same. They were made individually to look like people. And we had perhaps 1,000 potters that were using molds and carving in the clay, and 85 artisans actually that had signed the figure. So it was an army in itself that was building this army. So what we're looking at today is early Asia. And Asia, of course, is not just China. We have vast area. So we're actually going to begin with India and up into what we are calling today like Afghanistan, Pakistan, this region. So early Asia, the civilization of South and East Asia are among the world's oldest and rank among the most culturally rich. And together, this area births 6 of the great still active religions or philosophies. We have Buddhism, Hinduism, and Jainism in India, Confucianism and Taoism in China, and Shinto in Japan. So first, the subcontinent of South Asia, which is really, like I said, India and into this area up here. And we're focusing on what is known as the Indus Valley. Okay, so we're talking about the earliest civilization here in the Indus Valley. And this would be in what is present-day Pakistan and northwest India. It was known as the Indus or Harappan civilization, and it flourished approximately 2,600 to 1,900 BCE, during roughly the same period as Egyptian's Old Kingdom, the dynasty of Ur in Babylon in Mesopotamia. Indeed, it is considered, along with them, to be one of the world's earliest urban river valley civilizations. So here I'm showing you a torso from Harappan, Indus Valley. And it's a very naturalistic torso. If you can think back to what the Egyptians' work looked like around the same time period, that it's very stiff and regimented, symmetrical, idealized. And so this is much more naturalistic, realistic. It's beautifully carved, you know, the smooth kind of surface here. We can see that the piece of sculpture was made in different segments, because we can see that at one point there were arms that fit into this and also a head that fit into this. So a really elaborate kind of piece of sculpture from circa 2600 to 1900 BCE, made out of this beautiful red sandstone. For some unknown reason, the Indus civilization declined between 2000 and 1750 BCE, and some semi-nomadic shepherds known as Aryans entered India from Central Asia and the Russian steppes, bringing with them an Indo-European language called Sanskrit and a hierarchical social order. The Vedas period that followed, circa 1500 BCE until the late 4th century BCE, was named for the Vedas, their body of sacred writing.